When speaking about flying, safety is the number one priority for passengers as well as the crew members. However, Boeing 737 MAX has failed that safety check. In today's video, we'll speak about what happened to the 737 MAX and where it went wrong. When speaking about an aircraft that would lower the cost of operation, companies would race to make a purchase. This is where the history of Boeing 737 MAX started, when its competitor Airbus manufactured the A320neo. A fuel-efficient aircraft in 2010. Airlines purchased the A320neo like crazy. American Airlines ordered around 460 planes from Airbus, and many other major airlines did as well. The crazy orders for the new Airbus plane threatened the dominance of Boeing, a manufacturer which is much older than Airbus. Boeing felt that they needed to manufacture an aircraft which is fuel-efficient and much better than Airbus. After Airbus A320neo was manufactured, Boeing 737 MAX was launched. This new design was the most fuel-efficient plane in the world at the time it was launched. It received massive orders internationally, and little by little it was restoring its dominance in the market. However, a little after, Boeing was dealing with a major crisis. The manufacturer was dealing with the worst. Its most famous ordered plane, the 737 MAX, was considered not safe anymore. Keep in mind, safety is the most important factor in an aircraft, and Boeing failed that. On October 29, 2018, Lion Air took off from Jakarta at 6:20 a.m. and was heading to Indonesia. However, just 12 minutes after it took off, the nose of the plane dived and crashed into Java Sea, killing all the 189 passengers on board. Moreover, after less than 5 months from the first incident, the same exact thing happened to an Ethiopian Airlines which took off from Addis Ababa and was heading to Kenya. However, just 6 minutes after takeoff, the plane nosedived again and crashed in a field, killing all 157 passengers on board. Both planes mentioned above were a Boeing 737 MAX, which was the best-selling aircraft at that time in the market. After investigations, it was revealed that both the crashes were caused because of a software error, which basically means that the system would show a false diagnosis of the position of the plane. The software would force the nose of the plane to go downwards after a detection that the engine would stall. Pilots were not prepared for such a move, hence they didn't know how to respond. The cockpit recorder was collected from both scenes, and it was shown that the problem was the same in both aircraft. After the incidents, China grounded all the 737 MAXes, and all the European Union countries followed as well. The FAA stopped this model in the United States and gave Boeing a chance to resolve the problem. Boeing then started resolving the problem, and most importantly was trying to restore their trust in the market. A lot of y'all might now be thinking, how did Boeing react when all of this happened? When airlines first heard that Boeing will release an aircraft which is fuel efficient, they all believe that the aircraft will be the best, as Boeing will manufacture an aircraft which is much safer than the initial ones and is fuel efficient. Unfortunately, Boeing failed that. After the two crashes, the manufacturer didn't want to lose all their clients globally. They didn't want their customers to believe that their planes were not safe. Boeing followed the risk transference strategy, of which you transfer the blame to another factor. In this case, after the investigations, the management accepted that there was an issue with the plane, but they mentioned that in both accidents, the pilots lacked the skills to resolve the problem. The investigations revealed that the accidents were avoidable if the pilots responded accordingly. This strategy of transferring the risk from the company to the pilots helped Boeing to protect its image. After the crashes, the CEO apologized repeatedly and stated sorry for lives lost and the tragedies continue to weigh heavily on our hearts and mind. He also added sorry for the impact to the families and loved ones left behind. In January 2021, United States charged Boeing with fraud, but Boeing avoided to go on trial by agreeing to pay $2.5 billion, as well as a total of $500 million for the victim families. They also promised to tighten their compliance procedures. Some of the family victims appealed, but it was rejected. Boeing 737 MAX was cleared in 2020 to fly again in the US and in UK and EU in 2021 after being grounded from the crashes. This is the end of today's video. What do you think of the Boeing 737 MAX? Share with us in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn the post notifications on to receive the latest from us. See you in the next one.